Hello, and welcome to another episode of You Shouldn't Smoke Cigarettes and Not Eat. I'm your host, Kaylee Karp.
And I'm Mandy Cal.
Final starts now, immediately after an elimination for TJ.
And then I was like, cue the lightning. Because literally, I guess it was kind of thunder because we heard it, but we also saw it. So it was lightning and thunder.
Was that
produced.
Planned? Oh, damn it.
Produced storm.
I figured, but I don't know.
I'm sure the lightning happened, but they probably added sound. Or maybe the thunder happened. One of them was added.
That's true. Basically, everyone doesn't want to let their family down.
Yeah, I go, all these adults want that money.
So they all go to the beach, and TJ welcomes them, and he's like, "This is gonna be the hardest thing you've ever done," which he says every final, but that's fine. And this is interesting because they start sleeping. They don't usually they do a day of the challenge and then they have a sleepover and then whatever. Which
this is a huge disadvantage for Darrell and Janelle because they literally just did a super physical exerting thing. And if Janelle claims that she has back issues, I believe there was a produced moment last episode about her having back issues, which I don't think is true.
Can't be.
That would have been brutal. Standing on a log and then sleeping in one of the your back would be so messed up.
There's no way.
And you were 40. I couldn't do a bad back like that now.
Yeah, that's so true. That just annoys me.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. She did great on this final, so.
Although I do so part of me loves this too. I like watching the the older people compete and not little bitch ass 20-year-olds who are literally just going to blow all their cash on partying for the next year.
Yep.
And I don't know, what would you fucking do for $500,000?
Oh my God. One person sleeping in a hammock, the other person has to stand on a log by a fire. They have to take turns. They do their shit before, blah blah blah. And Janelle is immediately worried about running with her back injury.
I feel that was the third thing she was worried about. She goes, my feet are and then it's almost she remembered that she had a back injury to talk about, and also my back is hurting.
And she talks about how she had 2 babies that went to the NICU and she was up for 2 weeks straight. She made it seem like it wasn't even that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, and I think I said if you look at her face when they're announcing it, she looks terrified, and then in her confessional she's like, oh, no biggie. I'm just oh, okay. So your back is fine though.
Your back is fine. It probably wasn't that bad. Yeah, you could not stand on that log.
Also, if you legit have a back injury, I feel people with back injuries can't shut the fuck up about their back injury because it's so annoying. It's the same thing with a toothache. You can't stop talking about it because it's the only thing you can think of because it's the most annoying pain.
Yeah, pain like that for sure. And everyone just kind of hates you. Anyway. I love that the girls stand on the logs first. Guys have bitches, and MJ falls asleep. That was adorable.
He immediately starts snoring.
I know.
And then I think his snoring caused it to start raining.
Yeah, definitely. And then they're just in the rain on these logs. And
then it's as soon as that happens, there's the first person that sleeps, then something bad happens, and then there's going to be a tired montage of the night to kind of fast forward, and that's what we received. Lots of yawns, a little fart in between, guys giggling at it, the luge.
I don't know what they're talking about. Was anything interesting when all the guys are standing on logs? Probably not. And they're all moms.
Yeah, they probably just talked about their kids. Everyone's just talking about their kids.
Ugh, if I ever have kids and that's all I do is talk about them, that kind of makes me want to throw up. But I already talked about Leo, so.
I know, I talk about my dog so much. I have to remind myself to be okay, not everyone wants to hear that.
This is 30.
Yeah, just okay, so you get 2 stories right now, and then we wrap up the dogs.
Yes. Okay. MJ's concerned about what his brain is going to be like tomorrow because of this sleep thing. Finally, it's morning, and TJ comes and brings him some clothes, and he says the final challenge will have 2 phases. Phase 1, the teams are going to race along a winding path to the nucleus. Who came up with that one?
I literally said raising to the nucleus, LOL. That's science.
They are crazy with that science. And
Honestly,
then
they should have brought in Bill Nye.
oh my god, they should. Like, he needs to have a new thing on Paramount Plus, and
He
then
should
they
have had.
will.
He should have been like a celebrity guest, like asking them science questions that they had to go figure out from a running location, and he just got to chill with TJ because I want to hear those jokes.
Oh
Also, I
man.
feel like they would smoke a joint together, and I also want to see that footage.
Oh my god, they both definitely smoke weed for sure.
Yes, I've
Oh
seen
my
Bill Nye super fucking high. Watch
that's
Jesus and Marrow. He's so stoned. It's so funny.
what is it?
Jesus and Marrow.
What is
Um,
that?
they have like they're like talk show
Oh,
kind
those
of.
dudes. I think I
Yeah,
watched
like
them.
a late night. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely high for that. Those guys are always high.
Yeah, they like make people. Well, they don't make people. Obviously, they're not like smoke weed or get the fuck out. They always
You want to be
offer
on my
weed to
show.
everyone. Yeah, they're like, if you want to be on fucking camera, smoke this blunt.
Oh, we need those guys too. Okay, so many possibilities. Okay, anyway, they're going to the nucleus and they will find 3 checkpoints in different sections of the jungle. So after each part you complete, you get a part of Mandela, and you need to wow, my notes are great. You need to complete these checkpoints in whatever order you want. And MJ's like, I don't know what Mandela is. And TJ's like, I don't either. Which I do, fuckers. I color them.
Oh yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Great.
I was like, that's that name on those coloring books. It all just clicked for me.
I know. I was like, TJ, you really don't know. Come on. And then this is a big deal because only 3 teams are going to be going to phase 2. So slowest team is out.
Yeah. And then so pretty much they go and everyone starts running, and then I guess like it's kind of boring. Everyone's running, and that's about all they're doing until we get to a point where Melinda and Nehemiah are like, we were supposed to be following black arrows, but then we saw blue arrows, so we decided to go with the blue arrows.
That was amazing. Those fucking morons.
Yeah. And so they just start going down the wrong path.
So it's all great. There's a couple funny moments. Yeah, and somehow Tech and Ayana are in the lead to the nucleus, and so
how did that happen?
I don't know, actually.
Darrell and Ayana, or Darrell and Janelle, are in this race.
Yeah, unless they're, I mean, yeah, they're all like on the same leg now. Like their elimination was the night before, so
yeah,
it couldn't be affecting them that much. I don't know. That's really weird.
Congrats to Tech and Ayana for that lead.
So weird. It must have not been that long.
Yeah, they just went to they're like, we're gonna do a fast start. We're gonna chill out right now.
Yeah, exactly. So they pick a checkpoint where you have to ride bikes that are like tethered together and retrieve 1 puzzle piece each, and keep going until you have all the puzzle pieces, and then you solve it. And Janelle and Darrell take that option as well. Yeah. And Nehemiah and Melinda are lost in a cave.
In a really fucking dark cave too. Like so it's a very dark fucking cave, and they're just lost. And I think right after they're like in that dark cave, and everyone's like, okay, so what the fuck? And Melinda's so funny because she's like being really mad, but the way that she says that, like she shows she's mad, is her literally being like, Nehemiah, I am mad. She's like, I know how to communicate my emotions. So yeah. We wasted so much time. I'm so mad. And she's literally saying it like that. And I'm like, Melinda, you can't even be mad, right? It's so fucking cute.
I know. I feel like I'd be the same too, because like I already am monotone, and then being exhausted, it would just be like, I'm so mad. Like you wouldn't have the energy to say how mad you are.
See, the thing is I would start fights right there. That's when I would get antagonistic as fuck.
How do they both do that? Like the colors change, like turn around or something, because that's what they do. They turn around.
Also, like they're supposed to be checkpoints, and then they decide to yeah. Well, Melinda just saying she's gonna be mad. I did think the fucking hilarious thing about like that too was like the next shot was MJ and John A. show up third, and they're going to the cave, and then they do a close-up of the flashlights that they're supposed to be having in the cave, and then Melinda and Nehemiah being like, oh my god, it's so dark. That was solid producing, guys.
That's good editing. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I know, because okay, if there's 3, like, you must know. I think that's what I was gonna say. That this is a checkpoint, and you're gonna need instructions on how to do this and supplies and how to do this checkpoint. You can't. I feel like they were trying to just skip.
Yeah, I feel like they like started off the wrong and were like, yeah, we're gonna get ahead of the game, and then it's like, obviously you need instruction. You're so right.
Yeah, like, and then like, oh, we'll try and play it off like this was a whole mistake, but you must know. You can't be that dumb. Melinda's not that dumb. Maybe Nehemiah is, but
she probably took Nehemiah's lead, and that's why she was just vocalizing how mad she was.
yeah, there's no way. And then I was like, if they did figure it out somehow, like, would they be like out? Like, because that's like cheating, if they didn't go to the, I don't know how they would have done it without going to the nucleus first, obviously.
The nucleus.
That's so stupid. Why isn't it called headquarters?
Yeah.
Not even saying headquarters.
Well, this isn't a spy game anymore.
No, there's just a lot of bowls. I don't understand that either. Okay, so MJ and John A are ready to go to the cave, and they use their flashlights to find these symbols, and they have to remember the colors, symbols, dots, and numbers, and there's a ton of them. And MJ thinks it's like 1.5 miles, 2 miles just to get there. So MJ's like, let's try for 4 to remember, and then they got to go back several times. I don't know. That must take forever. All these checkpoints must have taken so fucking long.
They look tired as fuck. Like, this looked like a brutal final. Like, this looked like the final they should put the 20-year-olds through.
Yeah, it was hard because I feel like the first final in All Stars wasn't as brutal.
No.
It was a lot of walking.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, okay, so that one wasn't brutal. Overcorrect.
Yeah, because this new season, I mean, West is going to be in it. Like, West is going to do really well. So they better, like, do it right. I don't know. I think it's going to get harder.
I do feel like the competition was stronger this season. Last season, like, there was a lot to weed out,
Yeah, that's true.
There was a lot of people just there for vacation, which I respect. Have a good time, but, like, weed them out. It was really fucking funny in the caves, too, where, like, they're trying to, like, remember and also MJ's such a fucking nerd for being like, I feel like I'm on shrooms, going through.
I know. I was like, that mofo did shrooms before.
And I was like, also, you're such a dad.
Yeah, hard.
And then John A goes, you like saying the numbers is confusing me. You can see MJ like take a minute and be like, okay, so I want to respond in a certain way. He goes, okay, I'll be quiet. And then he starts like looking at the numbers again. And I was like, that's some healthy communicate. Good job, guys.
They're so healthy. They're like very healthy mentally. They're people. And I get why he's saying it out loud too, because you're going to remember it better. But then like you can't. John A's right there.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, so we have the bike ride now.
Oh, yes.
And they think that it's like a 6-mile bike ride there and a 6-mile bike ride back. So I have.
And they had to do 6 trips because there's 12 pieces.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And they're like, biking will be easier. I don't know about that.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Wait, so what's that math? It's 4 miles there and back.
6.
So 6 miles times 6.
Yeah.
30, so they biked 36 miles?
Yeah, I think that's what Janelle says later.
That's normal for like a biker though. I mean, it's not normal for like people like I can't bike 36 miles, but I feel like my mom who bikes like a shit ton bikes like 30 to 50 miles a day.
Okay. I mean, I would say obviously that and all this stuff you're doing at the same time, and then the
pieces. Yeah.
The pieces, yeah, and like you're not on pavement, like that looked very difficult to maneuver as well.
Especially when Ayana's in your fucking way.
Oh my god, she is a psychopath. Yeah, but I have that.
So like Ayana and Tech and Darrell and Janelle have both chosen the bike thing first. And this pathway is very like it's meant for only 2 bikes at a time. So there are certain times where they're passing each other. And there's this one time where Darrell and Janelle are going downhill and Ayana and Tech are going up. So Ayana and Tech are walking their bikes, very easy to move. And like you said, like this isn't a sandy, like this isn't just like on pavement. So Ayana kind of peeks herself out a little further. So Janelle has to turn her bike into Darrell just so she can get a few extra seconds.
It's crazy. Like she does not move. And I have that Darrell is pissed, but per usual, he doesn't say anything. But then he does say stuff
Yeah.
later.
He says Ayana is guerrilla warfare.
Because she does shit again because like they're trying to pass her when they start again because they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
And Ayana's like, no, you can't start ahead of us. And I don't know, he yells something at her, and Ayana's like, you want to get out of the way, you got to earn it, which is like, they're gonna like.
Which she's not saying back to Darrell, she's mumbling to herself.
Yeah.
And saying to the camera. But Ayana's such a little, okay. But
she's
it is funny seeing Darrell get pissed off. And Janelle's just like, Janelle's being super nice and was like, hey, do you mind if we just like go ahead of you? Like we tend to go at like a little bit faster of a speed. So and nice. Just like, you know, it would just make more sense if we would go in front of you. And Darrell's like, are you serious? Like, come on.
No. And it's like, nope. I wonder if Tech said anything. I guess they probably would have had it.
Yeah, Tech's probably just like, I'm ignoring everyone.
Yeah, I can't deal with it.
Like, I agree with Darrell, but like, Ayana's my partner right now. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, basically. $500,000. Okay, so MJ and Janae are doing pretty well with the decoding after the cave situation, and they decode it without getting all the letters.
Because Janae is very brilliant at puzzles. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
So yeah, they've been going like 30 miles. Janelle's saying she's cramping up. Now we have Nehemiah and Melinda get their very first Mandela, and I think they're technically first now, or no, they're like second. This is hard.
Well, MJ and Janae, I think, get there first, and then really soon after, Nehemiah and Melinda get theirs.
Right. Anyway, that's how we see it. So,
and I'm not sure what happened here, but I have a note being like, Janelle can't convince me she has a back injury, and I think it was her having a puzzle on her while biking.
Planning. It's 115 degrees outside. So it's very hot as well doing all this. Horrible. But yeah, now I have Melinda falls on the path and it looked rough.
It did look like really painful, and you can tell she's trying to keep it in a lot of pain. And honestly, like the way Nehemiah is with Mel is like the only reason I fucking like Nehemiah, because he's being so like patient and supportive. And like he's not being frustrated at all. Like a lot of people, even that are like nice to their partners, you can see like kind of their frustration building because they're like, but I want to go. And he doesn't do that at all. He's just like, you're like your top concern. Make sure you're good. Take it nice and slow and easy. And like, I was like, okay, Nehemiah, I love you. All right.
No, yeah, he's like safety first. I was like, damn it, he'd be a good partner. Like he's annoying, but
yeah,
he cares.
Yep.
So I don't like, she keeps going pretty well. I don't know how the fuck she does the rest of this.
So I noticed in the editing, they showed glimpses of her running, but if you look in the background, nobody has their first pieces yet. So that was her first round. There was editing around how she was running.
Oh, well, that's annoying. The lies.
Like you had to be very sneaky at like, they're actually decent at their editing, you know. They're no like the other ones. Yeah.
Okay, so Ayana and Tech are struggling, and she's like not moving. I think they're like in the middle of a run for the puzzle pieces still, and Tech's like, it looks like she's gonna quit. Janelle and Darrell get their puzzle together, and they look so dead. They're like so sweaty, and oh my gosh. So they go back to the cave. Oh, this is so great to have this part where they go through the. That's so funny.
Well, and I'm pretty sure Janelle read it out loud, And then Darrell just yelled red. Darrell's like, okay, so we follow the red ones. And
Oh my God.
that was not correct. They needed to go to the blue arrows.
Yeah, so they go to the wrong checkpoint with the tools for the cave. And Darrell is like shining his flashlight on this key in bright daylight. It's not doing anything.
He's like, is it something supposed to happen?
I was dying. It was so funny.
And so they end up just running back and being like, and like the thing is they didn't I don't think they realized while they were there or on their way back that they had gone to the wrong place. They were just like, okay, so we have to memorize this and then we go back.
Yeah.
So like they didn't figure it out until they got there. They're like, Janelle, I think, goes, Darrell, we went to the wrong arrows.
It's so funny. Okay, so now I have like Nehemiah and Melinda are first currently when they decode the second checkpoint, and now they're onto the bikes, which will take them a while. And Ayana and Tech finally get one Mandela pick, and they are last. So they go to the cave, and Tech wants to write the numbers and symbols down. And Ayana's like, no, we can't cheat. And then Tech like is done for a minute. I don't know. He just stands outside of the cave.
Yeah, Tech literally says I'm not helping anymore and leaves.
What the fuck? That was weird.
It's just yeah, and I mean I get like it's frustrating. Like MJ and Janae almost had a blow up in there. But like go in and try to remember at least a few of the numbers because it's literally I think what you're remembering a number to an animal or something like that also I think there was a scene too where because you can kind of tell MJ and Janae's frustration is building here and I think MJ takes some drinks of water and Janae goes, chug it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he made like MJ like looked directly in their eye and he goes, okay, but you have to calm down. And Janae is just kind of like, okay, you're right. And I was like, and we love some healthy communication. They both were like, we need to reset right now. And this is where we see the difference in a team that works well together, MJ and Janae communicating, and Tech just removing himself from helping.
Yep, just quitting, but saying he's not quitting, but not helping at all.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit. And then I think wait, did you get MJ? Say what you were gonna say.
Oh, I didn't really understand what one of the checkpoints was, like the matching one. Yeah, they were like flipping. I didn't understand, so and I didn't want to really. But
okay, so this is where Janelle fucking crushed. Like Janelle crushed the memory game. Yeah, I do have this.
Sweet.
So the memory game is essentially you have to go and there is a bunch of I want to say what was it like 6 by 10, so they're essentially remembering 10 or 60 figures or 60 symbols, and only 2 match on each thing. So there's like 2 planes, 2 trucks, 2 whatevers, and so what they have to do when they run back, they have to memorize all the positions and then they have to match them, and if they get one of the matches wrong, they have to automatically run back.
Damn it. You were like telling me.
Oh, I finished it up. Kelly got that.
I wanted to know, but okay.
So essentially it's the matching game. So there's 2 of each, and then so they have to memorize it all flipped, and then when they get back it's completely unflipped. And so like when Darrell like flips one, Janelle then has to find the matching one, and if they get one wrong they have to run back.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And Janelle got pretty much fucking all, like, I don't know if they went to the wrong place first, so they got like a little peek at it, and then they had to run back, and then I think they had to run back again without the flashlights. But I don't know that they made like a third trip. Like the first time they actually started playing the memory game, I don't think they had to go back, which majority of the teams had to go back like 4 or 5 times.
There's so many symbols. That's insane.
Janelle fucking crushed that.
Wow.
And I loved after it how Darrell was running behind her and being like, I just want to make sure you were proud of me for being able to do a puzzle.
So great. I love all these teams.
Mm-hmm.
So
The next I have is Johnny.
oh, yeah, I have MJ and Johnny. Like, it's very dramatic because they're doing the memory checkpoint and they make one mistake and it's like, this could cost us everything. One more run.
So I think at this point though, no, it's not there yet. I have a point later on. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, so Janae pretty much, like you said, just fucks up something and then they have to run back. But it's like, okay, but that's kind of part of the game. But it also seemed like they only got like 4 of them. So that was a pretty bad time to have to run back. And she missed the one that matches by 1 over to the right.
God, yeah. That's so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did this memory shit.
I don't know how fucking Janelle did it. That was one of the most impressive things I've seen. Like Darrell did help, but I think Janelle had like fucking 75% of that board covered.
I don't understand. I mean, she's smart for sure. She's like a surgical nurse, so
she's so like just like collected too. Like I love how calm she is in all situations. Like people can be wild and out, or she could have like crazy pressure situations, and she is the same human being.
Yeah, and I think that's why like we didn't see a ton of her the whole season because she's
a very balanced, like mentally healthy human being.
She'll never be back.
I did love her though.
I loved her too. I actually think she'd be back. Jody's never gonna be back.
Deuces, like, oh, thank God. Like Jody. Ugh.
Oh my
God. The
most
interesting thing that happened to Jody is that Ayana ate her salad.
Yeah, and those earrings that I wanted to burn.
Fucking earrings. Like, okay, what did your student get you that?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's so true.
I think after we see Janae kind of blow up a bit, Nehemiah and Melinda come in and finish their final.
Their first place in phase 1, which is crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, that's actually a fucking surprise. That's literally, so I mean, there's one other team I'd be more surprised at, but second, I did not. There's the second most surprising.
No, especially like they went the wrong way and she twisted her ankle, and I don't even remember how the bike ride went for them. I don't think we saw much of that.
No, we really didn't see any. I just remember at the beginning of the bike ride, she said, can we walk it when we're going uphill because I can't put that much pressure on my foot.
Yeah.
Ankle.
How the fuck did she do that?
I don't know, but that's fucking yeah. Like this is impressive.
Wow.
Well, and it's not like these guys are like 20 anymore where your bodies can just do things, you know? Like they're older than we are. Like, and I would feel this for years. Like not even months, days. Like I would feel this for years, this pain.
Yeah, because they're at least like I think Melinda's like 35, maybe. 36.
Yeah, that's definitely the youngest.
Yeah, middle 30s and up. Props to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right after. No, go ahead.
Okay, so then Darrell and Janelle finished second. That's guessing what you have.
Yeah. I was maybe gonna say the same thing.
Oh my gosh, our notes are so aligned.
Watch the same episode.
No, I just feel like they haven't always been this aligned.
Because fucking finals are hard.
Finals are so hard, but we're like doing the same notes. Yeah. Great. So now it's between Tech and Ayana, who finished their second checkpoint, and MJ and Janae. So like Tech and Ayana are pretty far behind.
But the thing is this is the part that bothers me about what happens later on is someone gets blamed for quitting. But Tech quit in the cave, and that caused them to have to run all the way back, which we've already heard MJ say is like about 2 miles. So
that's crazy.
They had to run back because Tech wouldn't remember any of the numbers, where I'm pretty sure this checkpoint, every other team got on the first try because if you got enough, you could solve the puzzle.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, because Tech took a break, like a breather, and now Ayana is like dying and seeing spots, and she doesn't know if she can keep going. And at the same time, Janae is talking about quitting, so I don't know if that's produced.
Yeah, that probably like happened in the maybe it was happening at the same time. They just was just like a moment everyone was feeling like quitting. I did love though that like MJ just hugged her and she was like, okay,
I can do it.
I can do it. So adorable.
Can't quit on MJ. They're the best team ever. Like, what are you talking about quitting? But I think MJ says that at one point, like they've had such an easy ride for the challenge that this is like actually testing them.
Yeah, this is the first time they've seen adversity all season because they have a pretty easy ride.
Such an easy ride.
And then, like soon after MJ gives her a hug, that hug then caused Ayanna and Tech to quit.
They felt it and they were like, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get like a send off and seeing Ayanna being a beast and a psycho, and we see a little send off for Tech, and Tech tells Nehemiah to win this motherfucker. And then he wants to borrow $100,000 if he wins.
Yeah.
Classic Tech.
Yeah, as one does.
He didn't seem that mad, actually. He's done.
I think they made it seem closer than it was, and it was probably very obvious that Ayanna and Tech were going to lose.
Yeah. That's very true. I don't blame him. So we have phase 2.
Yeah.
And it's an eating challenge.
Which, did we get an eating challenge at all during the season?
No.
So this is it. This is where they eat.
I love when they eat. Well, actually, it's really disgusting, but
yeah, I like the beginning and kind of after. The during puke scenes kind of get to me.
Yeah, and so it's like a tostada with fish eyes, burrito with crickets, nachos with roaches, and a tall glass of blood. Don't know where that blood's from.
Nope. And TJ says this is Mexican with a little twist, and I take offense to that.
Can't say that anymore, TJ. You're canceled.
I'm just saying, like, fuck fish eyes. You can put the rest of it in. Don't put fish eyes next to my tostada.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, the fish eyes, no way. But like
the crickets.
I don't think crickets are like they eat that.
Yeah, I know they eat that. It's the thing that's eaten.
They do it. It's they, Kaylee.
People, not me personally. But
right.
Do you have Darrell's quote?
I don't think I do. Go for it.
Well, Darrell takes on the burrito first, and he says, tastes like some beans and crunchy shit. I am just not making eye contact with my food because I'm hungry right now.
That's the way to go. Like, I feel like if you don't look at it and you just eat it and you're hungry, I don't think it was that bad.
Especially the burrito.
Oh, especially the burrito. Yeah, and then just don't look at the nachos. And the only thing that's gross is the blood. That's hard. That's hard for me to.
Yeah, and I don't. Okay, but did you see the part where Mel puked and then she picked it up and put it back in her mouth?
I don't think she had to do that, right?
I don't think she had to do that either. Like once you puke, that's spared. Like it's gone.
Unless they made her. It looked like it wasn't even like.
Yeah, I think she spit out food. Like she did. Like she just like put it in her mouth and just like kind of spit it out. And she's like, "I'm sorry, that's a whole piece. I'll put it back in."
So gross. She's a badass. I cannot believe she is like that though.
No.
Not
MJ looked like he was fucking dying.
Oh my god, MJ's a bitch. It can't be that bad.
He was like literally crying, and there was like it was so MJ was a disaster.
So gross. And John A is like, I'm gonna throw up because he keeps throwing up.
Yeah, John A is just kind of like handling it, like not really having a big reaction. She's like, I've had worse. MJ is dying.
Just so crazy. Yeah, so after they finish eating, they have to run to these signs that are like figure out the equations. They're like doing algebra. They're figuring out what I don't even know actually what exactly they're figuring out. Numbers. Like what each symbol is.
Yeah, so if you look at the equations, if like there's usually like the first equation you can do. So the first one I think was like 3 times 20, or like it was the same symbol 3 times equals 24 or something. So the answer would be 8. So, and then you use that to solve the next equation, and then you figure out another symbol and you use that to solve the next one. I think there's 4 different equations they have to solve on 3 different boards, so 12 equations.
So what is the number that they figure out for the safe? Because after they
is it they have to figure out each symbol, because the safe then has the 3 symbols that they need in the
Okay, that's
order.
what I thought. It's just like kind of backwards since it was already like giving you a equal number that it was like it's not the answer, it's what the symbols are. Okay. Got it.
As Darrell says, some algebra trick shit.
I don't even think it was that bad. Like,
No, I solved Janelle and Darrell's pretty quickly.
nice.
But the first people out of the eating challenge is Janelle and Darrell actually thanks TJ because he was hungry and then jogs on.
Yeah. Darrell is literally useless during this. You can just tell.
Okay, all of the guys are. Oh, MJ did all right, but
yeah, Nehemiah, he looked so dumb.
Well, Nehemiah, you could tell, was just focusing to pretend that he was focusing while hoping that Mel just figured it out.
Yeah, because he has like a blank, like dead look in his eye as well.
None of the guys can do math. It was so funny that all the women were like, okay, just like, this is what's happening. This is what's going on.
The women ruled this season, like hands down. Yeah, so they need those symbol numbers to unlock a safe, and then they run to a plane with the cash in the safe, and whoever gets there first wins, blah blah blah. So what? So Janelle and Darrell
take off first,
and then MJ and John A are quick to follow, and then it's Melinda and Nehemiah.
Yeah, so MJ and John A, like, I don't think they were completely, like, they wanted to take more time to solve, but when they saw Darrell and Janelle take off, they were like, well, now we have to risk it.
Right, so, they didn't want to double check their work. So.
Yeah. So then they also take off. And also, did you notice how quickly the sun set here? Like, all of a sudden, it was so fucking dark. And I was like...
As they were running, like, how long were they running?
Yeah, I know. I was like, I thought this was a pretty quick run. Did they take that long at the equations?
I think so. I definitely think so. Okay.
So one of my favorite parts, though, is like, it's hard to tell when like a 20-year-old is in pain because it seems like their body is still moving in the same way. But the way that these guys are running, you can feel their fucking pain. Except for Darrell. Darrell's just like jogging like it's nothing.
Darrell is so good.
He really is. He crushes. But even like Janelle's supposed to be a runner, and you could tell she's dragging too. You know, she's just like, whew, whew. MJ. I loved it because that was relatable to me. I was like, I've been there.
yeah, and like Melinda, obviously her ankle, so that's like they all looked like it had been a day, which it has. I can't believe they're still running, but that's true. Even when like the 20-year-olds are tired, and you know they're tired, they still have like pretty good form.
Yeah, because allegedly Johnny likes to bring Adderall on those challenges and stay real awake. So, and
that's not cheating.
Well, isn't that what happened? Was it you that told me that that's what happened with him and Sarah?
Oh, no, I don't know. I didn't know
so,
about that.
You know how one of the challenges that they like battled against each other was like an all night who could stay awake the longest? Johnny was found with Adderall that night. Oh my God. Prescription.
God. That's bullshit. That's fucking cheating. And he cheated Sarah out of all that.
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons Sarah was so mad about it. Because she couldn't actually say that on MTV because it was like behind the scenes, but like he had cheated.
Wow.
I think she even said that part of her thought they were going to disqualify him at the end and she was going to win all the money and make the choice.
He should have been disqualified.
Yeah, he should have been.
No wonder she was so pissed at the reunion and never wanted to come back. Yeah, because that's MTV at that point.
Yep.
God, fucking Johnny is such a piece of shit. He makes me so mad. I follow them on Instagram, and Cam and Leroy just had their baby shower, which is so cute.
Love them.
Bananas is there, like kissing the belly, and I'm like, obviously that's great to support your friend, but I just think about how he's such a hoe bag. Like, that will never be you, sir. Like, you are gonna fuck everything till you die. Like, don't even act like you. I don't know. It made me really mad.
Like, he's it's just like, I feel like if you cheat, like, okay, but like you can't be constantly, it's been his thing all along is that he's constantly cheating on everyone. And it's just like, I know. Bro, you're like in your 40s now, like chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll like, because I think he's like 38, 39 now. I wonder if like 42 hits and he'll find someone.
I think he's such a gaslighting piece of shit. he's such a gaslighter.
Yeah, like Morgan must have known. Like, there's no way she dated him for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Definitely
Well,
cheated all the time.
the whole Camilla-nator thing in one of those art, and like Camilla fucked up for what she said to Leroy, but like
Yeah.
before that happened, she was having an argument with Johnny after they had a relationship, and you can, in one of the scenes, she's literally just screaming, "You're a cheater." And he's going out and being like, "Isn't she so crazy? Like, can you believe how she acts? Like, blah blah blah," and is turning the whole house against her, when it's like she's freaking out because she got drunk and saw the guy that cheated like on her.
Yeah.
Like a very normal fucking thing.
Oh my gosh. I've always hated him. He's like, the past couple challenges, he kind of laid back a little bit, but that's the piece of shit he is.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like Battle of the Seasons, he was definitely cheating on his long-term girlfriend with Nani, because the way Nani was talking about how, I mean, I feel like we'll always have like a friendship, and like it's like,
No. Always cheating. Always.
always
And
cheating.
if he's not with someone, he's always hooking up with the rookies.
Yep.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I
Fuck
don't
Johnny.
miss him, actually.
Yeah. I know. I miss like Wes, because Wes is actually, as annoying and fucking narcissistic as he seems on the challenges,
Great TV.
a good human being.
That as well. Yeah, he's settled down and everything.
Yeah, well, and he like builds up his friends. He helps his friends with businesses. Like, he's like, everyone loves Wes behind the scenes and like likes him, and no one really likes Johnny behind the scenes because he fucking sucks.
No, except Leroy, except like the OGs.
I do think Johnny is probably like a good friend. He's probably like a really solid friend.
With the right people, yeah.
Because I do think like CT loves Johnny because he was really there for DM at the end. So I guess that's one of Johnny's like positive points.
They've been on the challenge for so long.
I know there's so much fucking history with them. I feel like I'm talking, oh, do you know so and so from high school?
It is, because it was like 06, and then I mean CT's still doing it.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Well, I think CT was earlier too. I think
Yeah.
Bananas was 06, because he's on that sad first season. All right. Anyway, they're running.
They're running in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that was a little big rant about Johnny.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should keep it. We'll see. Okay, I don't even know where I am.
So obviously Darrell and Janelle get there first, and they start trying with the combination, and then the other two teams show up pretty back to back, and they're all sitting there and trying to get their locks, and no one can get it. So they're like becoming so frustrated. And then you see Janelle look at like the entire board, because they have the 3 symbols at the top, but if you look below, there's like 5 different bullet points, all with lots of words. Like,
so many directions.
There's a lot of directions, like how many times they need to spin it clockwise, counterclockwise, if they need to add numbers to the number. Like, there's a whole fucking instruction manual to opening this lock, and none of them see it at first. They're just like, numbers, we turn, we spin, good to go. No one can get it. Janelle and Darrell start reading first, try to spin it, and then Janae figures it out too. And I love this part because MJ's trying to be supportive. He's like, baby, you're just not getting it on the right number. Babe, let me help you, baby. Like, just, you're not getting it on the right number. And then Janae backs up. She goes, MJ, there's instructions.
They all don't see it. That's the craziest part.
I know.
They're in on that money.
Yeah, they're just like, we know the numbers. We solve the equations.
Let's go. Oh, there's this whole other thing. Man, they really fucked with them. I love that. So John A ends up opening the safe first, and they just start running, and everyone kind of gives up, which I was like surprised about, but unless they didn't have the right numbers.
I don't think the other teams had the right numbers.
That sucks.
So essentially it was like, who fucking figured out that the math the quickest and had the right numbers, and that was MJ and John A, without double checking their work.
Oh my god, what if they all got it wrong and they had to go back? That'd be great.
Yeah, that would, well, maybe that's why it was so dark. That was like their 3rd time returning.
Yeah, that's true, because it was dark so fast. That would make sense.
That would make sense to cut out. I wonder if that's what happened. Because they were at the end when it was dark, were dying running.
Yeah, it was pitch black. I know. Fuck. I keep forgetting to listen to the stupid podcast that would tell me more. Now it's too late.
Anyways, John A and MJ win.
That gives me chills because they played the All-Star song.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Loved it.
It's so amazing.
Funny.
I love they like run to the plane and TJ's just in there chilling, and then they like just go in, just sit down like they're ready to take off. Like they couldn't just do all that shit. I don't know. It seems so old school. I just loved everything about it. Actually,
I loved it so much. Like I really love MJ, but John A, I feel like I've seen grow up. And like this is what got me so emotional with that like song playing in the background too. Was like you saw John A be like a very insecure person and like kind of deal with being treated in a really shitty way by mostly Zach. And like even went through like not having like a house or a place to stay and having to like sleep on friends' couches to now she's just like this like badass mom in like a healthy relationship and now fucking wins the challenge.
Yeah, I mean 360, 180, like
and she had as much to do with winning that challenge as MJ too. It's not like he dragged her along or anything like that. She
great team.
Played a great game and I am so fucking proud of her and she's amazing.
Yeah, she's grown so much. Like I need to watch when she's with Zach or even a season before because I just know she's a totally different person.
Like very so like now. And it's I just like who she is now to who she was then is just incredible. Like it is. John A like became her best self and good for fucking her.
Yeah, and you know what? Fuck Zach. I hope Zach watched that and he was like, "Oh, I am a piece of shit."
Yeah, because Zach, if you would have actually believed in her when you guys were partnered together, you could have won because she balanced out your fucking weaknesses because you're an airhead.
Oh my god.
And John A is actually very smart. He just constantly called her stupid. And that's so she believed it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, she's actually very fucking smart. And you're just insecure that you're a big fucking dumbhead. So you projected your own insecurities on her and made her feel like shit.
Yep. And now he's doing that to Jenna. Who Jenna's actually really smart too. She just played the dumb blonde card and now she has Zach for the rest of her life doing that. So
cheers.
Yeah, cheers to that. Yeah. So MJ says $500,000 is very heavy, and half of it is his.
Hell yeah,
I love that. And then they all kind of talk about losing the other people.
Yeah, they're like, "Well, that sucks."
I'm almost 40. I did really well. Darrell is pissed because he lost again, 2 years in a row. Hard pill to swallow. Belinda didn't want to run this final with anyone else but Nehemiah. And Nehemiah says, I may not have won, but there's still a win in there. Which literally not a saying.
No participation trophies in the challenge.
There's no winning in losing.
Did you see like the final scene that they wrapped it up with?
Was it after a commercial?
Yeah.
No.
No. What they did is so everything wrapped up, like John A and MJ are off winning their $500,000. Everyone else is sad. And then you get a scene of this mansion in Panama. And then TJ slowly walking in, doing his little hand rubbing thing. And he goes,
what? I'm getting chills.
It's like, first of all, what the fuck is this, TJ? And he's like rubbing his hands together and he goes, you thought that was good? Wait till next season, or like wait till we have for you next season. So next season will be in Panama and TJ is rubbing his hands together. So probably be good.
Hardest challenge you've ever seen. But guess what? It's next Wednesday. We're gonna recap it on time.
Hell yeah.
It's not gonna be 4 months late.
We'd love to see it.
So excited. Oh my gosh. Thanks everyone for listening. Not really sure what our schedule is going to be because I think they come out on Wednesdays. Potentially we could have them out on Wednesday. We could record Wednesdays, but that might be a lot.
That'd be late. I'll have to be up at 6:30 at the latest. Usually I'm between 4:30 and 5:30.
This isn't our full-time job yet.
Yeah. I'm just like, did you say after a 9 p.m. showing?
Oh, I just assumed it started at midnight, like of Wednesday, but that might not be true.
Oh, like Paramount Plus. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a new All-Star season. Wait, is there a new
Yes.
challenge
I think they're doing that right now. Yeah, right now.
on MTV?
No, I mean I think they're filming it right now.
Why was there
Maybe-
such a long pause? They're fitting 2 All-Stars in between
Yeah, we're doing All Stars. We're doing another season of All Stars.
I'm glad you know what the fuck's happening because I do not.
I thought it was a new season. No, man, Paramount Plus still.
I was like, Haley, like those don't end till like 11 p.m. You want to film after
yeah,
that?
you wanna do-
I was thinking like, holy shit, I'm not going to bed till 1 a.m.
No, I get up at 6:30 as well.
Yeah, I was like, you want me to drink coffee that? I'll just pull an all-nighter.
I know, because then I was like, oh, does Paramount Plus like have them available at 9 p.m.? Like they would do some dumb shit like that. But I think it's
I
midnight.
love that we were having 2 different conversations with each other.
In our heads. But because I would think the new challenge season,
Yeah.
probably like August, September, because that's when the one came out last year, was August, September. So I think they're getting a little slower with them.
Yeah,
with
they
the
usually
All-Star.
fit 2 into a year. That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
I know. I feel like
All-Stars are better though. Honestly, I like them
they
a
know
lot
it.
more. And they
Yeah,
have
like the
better
ratings.
personalities.
Because I don't think the challenge this past season did well on MTV.
'Cause it sucked.
So I think they really needed a revamp, and that probably took a while.
I feel like Paramount Plus stole like the best producers.
They had to have, and all the money. How do they get that soundtrack? Every song is pristine, like fits perfectly.
Well, and I'm pretty sure because you know how like the finale of the last, like the normal challenge, like you could very obviously tell that a lot of the voices were like cut over, like it was just like previous sounds throughout the season. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I saw like one point where that happened here, but you couldn't even tell because it was so quick and so like exactly what she would say at that moment. But I was
Right.
like, where was that on the other one?
Yeah. They did. They stole everything. It's crazy. But anyway, next week, All Stars, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the guy that won the first season of All Stars is back. I don't remember his name, but he's back.
That's cool. He's boring.
He's boring, yeah. But I thought
Nice guy.
good. And MJ's back, and Tina's back. Sylvia, she's real boring. I already heard her intro.
Yeah, Mel's back.
Mel's back.
Yeah.
Nehemiah's back. So
Wes, Nehemiah, and Melinda all from the same Real World.
Real World?
Mhm.
Oh shit. No wonder he's doing it. That makes sense.
Wes is best friends with Nehemiah's ex-husband.
You mean Melinda?
That's what also I meant.
Nehemiah has an ex-husband. That's fucking weird. I'm excited about that.
I don't know if they're still friends, but he was very, very good friends with Danny.
Cool. Okay. Anyway.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye guys. Love you.